Hello again. Today I'm making a video on how I made this geometric patterned coffee table. I wanted something a little bit different, something that stood out. Just for when me and the dog are sat in here in the morning having a coffee. Well, I'm having a coffee, he's terrible with caffeine. So for this project I'm going to be using 7 lengths of leftover pallet wood. Here I've clamped a couple together so I can run them easily through the thicknesser. Try get a bit of uniformity with the sizes. And we've got a bit of a jig set up here. What that's going to do is give us a 30-degree cut, which on this saw has a positive stop. There at 30. And I'll just slide it in. That should cut nicely every time. Now the trick to getting this to work is to make sure that your length and your width are exactly the same, otherwise it doesn't fit. Right, that's all of the boards cut down. There's a little bit of tear out on a lot of them, so it's on to sanding. And I've just put some glue down on top of a piece of MDF, put some 80 grit on it, and I'm just going to sand away. Hours of fun. So I've gone for a loose fit. First of all, just to make sure I've got enough pieces, but 2 to see how it goes together. If you can see, I've got 3 different shades of wood. I've made sure all 3 grain patterns are going in different directions. And the effect, when you start to look at it, it's pretty damn good. It's all well and good cutting out these shapes, but you need to stick it onto something. I had a leftover board from a table that I dismantled. I cut this down to size, this will do nicely. Once I was happy it was all squared, I wanted to put the edging round first. I've put down some of the pieces to hold it from the worktop. I'm thinking this will make the lip about the same size as the depth of the tiles for when I come to stick them in. Once I was happy, I clamped it up and I came back to it 24 hours later. Well, I don't think you'll quite see that in any woodworking textbooks, but it's got some tension on it, which is better than nothing. And the 4 big ones across the bottom. We'll see how that comes out. With the benefit of hindsight, I wouldn't put all the glue down in one go. I ended up setting off a timer because the glue was setting way quicker than I wanted it to, which made this quite a pressurised build from here on in. But I managed to just about get all the pieces in before the glue went off properly. But it wasn't easy, and I seem to have an affinity with making things hard for myself. Once it had all set, I was rather impressed with it. There were some gaps, so I did a little bit of filler, and then it was back with a heavy duty sander to get it flat, before adding on a small round over and trimming off the edges. After that I came back and I hit it with some 80 grit, 120 and 150 grit sandpaper to bring it up to its final finish. Now it's time for everyone's favourite part of a project, adding some finish. I decided for this one I'd crack out a little bit of Odie's oil. I love the finish it gives, but I love the smell of it even more. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Here I just drizzle a small amount on, rub it in with the application pad, and then come back 4 or 5 hours later and buff it off with a clean cloth. Really does bring out the grain pattern nicely. I'm chuffed with how great it brought out that 3D pattern. For the base, I reused some hairpin legs that I had from an old project. And there we go guys, looks pretty good to me, fits in nicely, and I couldn't be happier. Thanks for watching, see you next time.